The Greedy Dog. Once upon a time, there lived a dog who was very greedy and selfish. He did not like sharing his food with his friends. Every time he found something to eat, he used to go to the corner and eat it up all alone. One day, the dog came across a buffalo. The buffalo looked very hungry. The buffalo told the dog,
"Dear dog, I haven't eaten anything for the past 5 days. I am very hungry. Do you know where I can find tall and green grasses?"
The dog, being the selfish creature he was, replied,
I do not eat grass, but I do know where all the lush and rich grass grows.
The buffalo felt hungrier than ever.
"Oh, please, tell me where it is. I am not able to control my hunger any longer."
The dog gave a sly smile.
Since I do not get to eat the grass, I shall not let you eat it too. I will not tell you where it is.
The buffalo was angry and sad at the same time.
"You are very greedy. One day you will lose what you have due to this greed."
The dog smirked at the buffalo's words and walked away. On his way home, he saw a long and fleshy bone. His eyes twinkled as he imagined himself feasting upon the bone.
My dear bone, you just belong to me. I shall not leave you anywhere. You are so tempting, and I do not want others to take even a bite of you. I shall devour you near the river, so that nobody sees me having you.
He started running very fast towards the river. As he reached the riverbank, he was very thirsty and hungry too. He said to himself,
Phew! I am very thirsty. Let me drink some cool water first.
As he looked down into the river, he saw a dog holding a long, fleshy bone. He thought,
This foolish-looking dog does not deserve this juicy bone. I need to grab it from him anyhow. Arrgh.
He started growling at the other dog. As he opened his mouth to bark, the bone fell down into the river. The bone splashed water on the dog's face and made him realize that he had mistaken his own reflection to be another dog. Sadly, he had lost his bone too, and he had to sleep hungry that night. He remembered the buffalo's words that one day he would have to suffer due to his greed. He promised himself that he would never be so greedy again. So, the moral of the story is, never be greedy and selfish. Remember to share your things and be good to everyone. The Foolish Fox and the Witty Turtle. Many, many years ago, there lived a greedy and foolish fox in a jungle. One day, when the sky was clear and the sun was shining bright, he thought to himself,
Today is a wonderful day, and I would like to eat something exotic, something different, which I have never tried before. Maybe a fish or a turtle.
The fox went to a nearby pond and spotted a turtle. He grabbed the turtle and said,
You slow animal, you cannot escape. You are my happy meal today. I'm gonna devour you.
The fox tried to eat up the turtle, but the hard shell of the turtle made it impossible.
Why is it so hard?
The turtle hatched a plan and said,
I am slow because I have to carry the weight of this heavy shell. But once I remain in water, my shell softens and I am able to swim faster.
The fox thought for a moment and said,
The shell is indeed very hard, you slowy slow. All right then, I'll soak you for some time and then have you, my soft, mushy turtle.
Having said this, the fox dips the turtle in the water, but the shell doesn't seem to soften a bit.
Are you making a fool out of me?
The fox questioned angrily.
No, Mr. Fox. How will the shell soften when you hold me so tightly? Loosen up a little and see the shell soften.
As soon as the fox loosened the grip, the turtle pushed the fox's hand away with all his might and quickly ran away.
You foolish fox! I may be slow, but I am not a fool like you. You can never catch me again.
Chuckled the turtle. The fox felt ashamed, realizing its stupidity, and ran away from there to never return back. So, kids, the moral of this story is, sometimes a quick wit will help overcome lots of obstacles. The Monkey and the Crocodile. Once upon a time, there was a big mango tree near a river. A small brown monkey lived on the tree. His friends called him Joy, as he was always merry and joyful. One day, a crocodile came up to the bank of the river near the mango tree. He was breathing heavily and looked unwell. The monkey immediately jumped down from the tree.
Are you okay, my friend?
Joy asked.
Yes, I'm okay, just feeling a little weak and dizzy,
replied the crocodile. Joy said,
Here, my friend, eat these mangoes. You will feel better.
The crocodile felt better after eating the mangoes. He could swim again. He thanked the monkey and went away. Soon the crocodile and the monkey became good friends. The crocodile came to the bank every day, and both the animals talked for hours and ate sweet mangoes. One day, the crocodile's wife was feeling dizzy. The crocodile recalled eating mangoes to get rid of dizziness. He went to the monkey to fetch some mangoes for his wife. The crocodile said,
Dear Joy, please give me some mangoes. My wife is feeling quite dizzy. I remember how eating those mangoes made me feel better instantly.
The monkey immediately plucked the sweetest mangoes for his friend's wife. He said,
Take these for her. She shall feel better after eating these sweet mangoes.
The crocodile took the mangoes and fed them to his wife. She had never eaten fruits before, but she loved the mangoes. She ate all of them at once and felt better again. The crocodile's wife told the crocodile,
This is the best thing I've ever eaten. These are so sweet. The monkey eats plenty of mangoes every day. His heart must be the sweetest of all. I would like to have it on my birthday tomorrow.
The crocodile was taken aback.
What do you mean? What would he think of us? He has been such a kind friend to us.
The crocodile argued, but his wife was not ready to hear a word. She was greedy and adamant. She said,
Go to the monkey and tell him I have invited him for my birthday party. Bring him here. I cannot wait to feast upon his yummy heart.
Her mouth starts watering as she says this. The poor crocodile is left with no choice. He goes to the monkey and invites him for his wife's birthday. The monkey, Joy, is very happy to hear this. He gets a bouquet of flowers and collects some mangoes for her. The crocodile says,
Here, get on my back. I shall swim you on my back.
The monkey jumps on the crocodile's back and they start off. On the way, they start talking about the crocodile's wife. The crocodile says,
Sorry, my friend. I can't keep this as a secret anymore. My wife wants to eat your heart as she thinks it would be very sweet.
After hearing this, The monkey felt deceived and started thinking of an idea to save himself. He said,
Why didn't you tell me earlier? I have left my heart on the tree. Who carries their heart with themselves? I never carry my heart. Let's go back and get it. I'm sure your wife will love my sweetest as honey heart.
The foolish crocodile believed the monkey's words, and both of them swam back to the tree. The monkey jumped off the crocodile's back and said,
You foolish animal! Don't you know we all carry our hearts within ourselves? You are a bad friend and your wife is greedy. I don't want to be friends with you. Please, go back.
The crocodile stood there looking sad and helpless. The monkey went up the tree and decided that he would never be friends with the crocodile again. So, kids, the moral of the story is, always choose your company wisely, and wit in a dangerous situation is always helpful. The Fox and the Crane. Once upon a time, a fox and a crane became friends.
Oh, my dear friend, Mrs. Crane. I'd love it if you joined me for dinner tonight. Are you free?
Thank you so much for the lovely invitation, Mr. Fox. I would love to come. You are such a wonderful friend.
All right, Mrs. Crane. I shall prepare my favorite soup for you. See you tonight.
I am so eager to have the soup. Goodbye, dear friend,
said the crane and headed home. In the evening, the fox welcomed the crane and served the delicious soup in a flat dish. He thought,
It will be difficult for the crane to have soup from this dish. I will enjoy all the soup by myself then.
The crane tried to drink the soup, but couldn't. The fox, on the other hand, lapped up the soup and said,
Yum. It's mouth-watering. Hope you liked it too, Mrs. Crane.
The crane felt insulted, but replied with a smile,
Yes, it's tasty.
Fox smirked.
I've prepared a lot of soup. If you want more, do let me know.
The crane was annoyed and thought of teaching a lesson to the fox.
Mr. Fox, thank you for your favorite soup. Tomorrow evening, I shall prepare my favorite fish soup for you.
The fox jumped with excitement and readily agreed for the dinner. The next evening, when the fox reached the crane's house, the crane greeted him and served the soup in a jug with a narrow neck. The soup had a fresh and inviting aroma.
Mr. Fox, please have this freshwater fish soup that I made especially for you.
The fox's snout was too big for the jug. His tongue did not reach the soup either. The crane happily drank all the soup, saying,
Yummy. Not as good as yours, but it's tasty.
The fox immediately realized his mistake and apologized to the crane. The crane was kind enough to forgive the fox. She served the soup in a flat dish for the fox. Both drank the soup happily and became best friends thereafter. So, my dear kids, the moral of the story is, always treat others the way you want them to treat you. The Greedy Monkey and the Cats. One day, a monkey was sitting on the branch of a tree when he saw two cats fighting over a piece of bread. The black cat said,
I took it first. It's mine.
The brown cat replied,
I saw it first. This bread belongs to me. No, this bread is mine,
said the black cat as it jumped.
No, this belongs to me,
said the brown cat as it jumped over. The greedy monkey wanted the bread and hatched a plan.
Ha ha ha! I'll show you to whom does the bread belong to. It belongs to me,
murmured the evil monkey. The monkey jumped down the branch and said,
Hello, my dear friends. I have been watching both of you. Let me help distribute the bread equally between both of you.
Both the cats agreed. The monkey took the bread and divided it into 2 parts. He looked at both the pieces and said,
Oh, this piece is bigger. Let me make them equal.
He took a bite from the bigger piece. He now looked at another piece and said,
Sorry, my friend. Now this seems bigger. I'll have to make them equal.
Saying this, he took another bite. He examined the pieces carefully and said,
Now they are finally equal.
Both the cats were happy as finally they would get to eat the bread.
Oh, I am so sorry, my friend. I made a mistake. This one looks a little bigger than this, and I can't be unfair. I'll have to take another bite to make them equal.
The evil monkey said slyly. He then took another bite. Both the pieces were quite small now.
Oh, how can I give you these tiny little pieces of bread? Let me just finish them.
And ate the remaining bread right away. He then quickly climbed up a tree and started laughing at the cats. Both the cats realized their foolishness, looked at each other and said,
If only we hadn't fought and shared the bread, no third person could make a fool out of us.
Moral of the story, when you quarrel amongst yourselves, someone else gains from it. The Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, there was a tiny little mouse. On winter mornings, he loved to climb up the trees to bask in the sun and sing with the birds. One day, he was out on a stroll, walking and jumping happily around the trees and the bushes. While climbing a tree, he slid off and fell down. Below the tree, a lion was peacefully enjoying his sleep. The mouse fell on the lion and woke him up. This made the lion furious.
You little mouse! I shall break your legs so that you will not be able to walk and disturb others.
The mouse was frightened and immediately apologized.
Please, forgive me, dear lion. I did not do it intentionally. I shall repay your kindness one day if you let me go.
The lion was surprised to hear this.
How can such a little guy help me? You know I am king of the jungle, right? I do not need your help. I am letting you go now, but please, don't disturb me again.
The mouse thanked the lion for his kindness and walked away. One day, while the lion was searching for food, he got trapped in a net laid out by the hunters. The lion used all his strength, but could not come out of the net. He roared out loud to ask for help.
Please, help me. Is anyone there? Please, help me.
The mouse heard the lion's cry and immediately rushed towards the lion. He saw the lion trapped in the net and immediately recognized him.
Oh, dear lion, you had shown your kindness by not killing me that day. Today is the day I can pay you back.
The mouse jumped on the net and started nibbling it with his sharp teeth. In no time, he was able to release the lion from the net. The lion became very happy to be free once again.
I never thought a small animal could do such wonders and save my life one day. Thank you so much. Will you be my friend?
The mouse was overjoyed to hear this.
It's my pleasure, my dear friend lion.
On that day onwards, the lion and the mouse became the best of friends and lived happily ever after. So, my kids, remember, whatever good you do will certainly come back to you. So, be good to everyone, no matter how weak a person is. He may be your greatest help in the times of need.
The Birds and the Snake. So, once upon a time, there lived a bird with his wife on a big tree. One day, the bird's wife laid some eggs. Meanwhile, the birds decided to expand their nest to make extra space for their babies. They collected twigs, leaves, and straw, and some grains. When they returned back to the nest, the eggs were missing. Both of them were horrified and cried for a long time. Soon, the bird's wife laid eggs again. Both the birds were happy, but to their dismay, the eggs went missing again. Both of them were terrified and decided to guard the eggs until they hatched. The next time Bird's wife laid the eggs, the birds hid behind the leaves of the tree. After a few minutes, they saw a long, black snake crawl up from the tree hollow. Both the birds came out and said,
"Oh, snake, please, don't be so cruel. Spare our babies. We haven't done anything wrong with you. We are not as powerful as you are, and we have nowhere to go. Please, don't eat our eggs."
The wicked snake replied,
"You poor birds. I am poisonous and powerful. I can do whatever I want. If you make noise, I am going to eat both of you as well. Do whatever you can."
Both the birds felt helpless and decided to go to the king for help. The lion was the king of the jungle and was known far and wide for his wisdom.
"Your Majesty, please help us. The evil snake eats up our eggs every single time. We need to get rid of this snake by any means."
Calm down, my friend. Everything is possible if we use our brains. Wisdom is better than strength, replies the king.
The king thought of a plan and told the birds to act accordingly. Then they flew to a nearby village. In the village, they spotted a wealthy businessman and snatched the gold chain he was wearing. The businessman got very angry and started shouting,
"You stupid birds, I'm going to kill you! Give back my chain! John, come here, help me catch these birds."
The men chased the birds. The birds flew slowly towards their nest and dropped the chain in the hollow of the tree. The businessman looked down at the hollow and could see the snake.
We must kill the snake if we want the chain back,
said John. The businessman nodded. He picked up a stick lying nearby and hit the snake and killed him. The birds were sad looking at the snake, but were happy that they could live fearlessly with their babies now. Soon, the bird's wife laid eggs again. The birds took good care of them, and in a short time, 2 little baby birds came out of the eggs. They all went to thank the king and sang songs of his glory. The moral of the story is, you can overcome the biggest problems using your brains rather than strength. Have a wonderful time, kids! Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for never missing an update.